they're betting that they will have the ability to have a lease renewal or ask for a referendum down the road. So it's a very high bar that is set for this piece of land. The Columbia stepped up and they're willing to do that. Their reduced rental rate did, in theory, lower the revenues to the pier. But remember, at basis of design, as I noted earlier, it's an evolving process. In a very conservative fashion, we did not program in revenues for the Promontory Grill or even the ice cream shop out at the end, not knowing at that time what we were really working with. The net result is even layering in the Columbia revenues as proposed, and the negotiation is still underway, the subsidy level as presented up on the screen does not change at all. One thing I haven't noted, those are the revenues. This project is not driven by the revenues on it. It is a completely different asset, 90,000 less square feet of surface area, pedestrian-oriented. It is not designed to force the revenues to support the expenses that it'll take. It's designed to have minimal expenses, as minimal as possible along the way. There's no one has ever asserted that there will never be a subsidy of this asset. The subsidy issues are what really kicked this project off 3 years ago at your direction. That said, we mirrored the expenses in the subsidy numbers and particularly the expense numbers presented in December. They mirror today's pier numbers with adjustments for appropriate sizing. They even include, for example, the exact same number we're using for the tram today is the number that we used starting in 2016. And it's anticipated that it could be a very different, more efficient, ecologically friendly tram system at that time. So again, just in an abundance of caution and in an attempt to be ultra-conservative on expenses, we arrived at what we feel is a comfortable expense number. It will change. We will continue to update you as it changes, but the long and short is that with the Columbia adjustments as proposed today, not approved, we effectively have a no subsidy impact based on what you saw in December. So with that, I'll turn it back over to Mike.
Thank you for your patience and indulgence. I'm just going to wrap it up with a brief summary. The issues regarding the canopy, we hope we have addressed based on third-party involvement on review of the technicalities that the A team has produced, based on city review of commonly used materials in the environment that we traverse and use on a day-to-day basis here in South Bay, or in South Pinellas County. The wind tunnel effect and what that may produce. I could understand trepidation on the part of City Council launching into a detailed design without greater assurance that if there is a Venturi effect creating undue wind to the users of the pier, what are we going to do? Well, our consultants have given us examples where spoilers, bafflers, and other features can be incorporated into this project, either on the back end of the canopy or at grade itself to effectively mitigate any heavy wind loads that are created from the canopy shape and the bridge itself. Fire code. The bottom line is the fire marshal has indicated he sees no fatal flaws based on the information he's been provided to date. And until such time as detailed plans and specs are provided for him to issue a permit, he cannot guarantee that he get a permit. But once again, working with our fire marshal in concert has proven to be appropriate as this project advances towards conclusion. The bridge, is it a pedestrian bridge? Is it a vehicular bridge? From day one, the concept has been this is a pedestrian bridge, and therefore it's being designed to those relative standards. What the project opponents have not had opportunity to review, which was given to them just here today, is the fact that the overwater bridge has been widened from 10 to 12 feet. In Bill Ballard's email that was received just yesterday, that was a big concern he expressed. We hope we've adequately addressed that by the dimension he's recommended. The overwater drive, where we have tram and peds and bikes all sharing, has been increased from 20 to 22 feet, thereby addressing a big concern that the project opponents have brought to our concern. And then ultimately, there's a general concern about warranties, guarantees, et cetera, et cetera. The materials we're proposing in this project are no different than what exists in our environment today. We would not get a warranty that we expect to get for this aluminum canopy and its respective coating if it were a concrete structure. If it was cast-in-place concrete, if it was precast concrete, we don't expect to get the type of warranty that the producers of the aluminum have indicated that they'll provide us if we do indeed go forward with the detailed design of such a canopy. So we feel comfortable that we've got a cost-effective canopy, and we've got a very valued, engineered, and appropriately quality assured, quality controlled project as we go forward. And with that, Council,